can reference it.
The only thing I don't know is if our audio is going live right now.
Interesting.
1 second. Does anyone have a phone they can look just to kind of see if they can see us talking?
I had so much to do and I had to leave, so there's just.
Yeah, let me see. Is this on like the YouTube page? Where is it at?
It's on YouTube and no, it's go to Agent Ong open Facebook page, probably the easiest way to get there.
All right.
If you want, Theo, you can share this over.
I don't know if I can. I have it on my phone on my app, so I don't know if I can leave the app.
Oh, you're using your phone to do this?
Yeah, for whatever reason on my laptop, the sound doesn't work when I try to use StreamYard.
Got it.
Yeah.
Oh, you're using your phone to do this?
Yeah, for whatever reason on my laptop,
it is on
the doesn't work.
On the stream. They can hear us. They can't hear us, by the way.
What's going on, boys? How you guys doing?
Hey, what's going on?
What's going on?
So, I wanted to get everyone together to kind of go over the plans for 2026. Before we do that, I have someone else that I'd like to bring on with us. If you guys don't mind, really quick. Everyone, our current champion, Josh Kennedy. What's going on, man? How are you?
The man, the myth.
Doing all right. How about yourselves?
I'm doing well, man. How are things?
Not too bad right now. Just a snowy day here out in good old Minnesota. So had a little interesting commute to work this morning.
Is it snowing pretty bad over there?
We got a good snowstorm last night, but right now roads are definitely icy.
What's
Yeah,
that snow stuff?
I don't even know what that is.
I know, right? We got hail the other day. That was about it.
Yeah.
Oof.
So, what are you doing with all that money?
I am putting most of it aside for taxes. Trying to play a safe card and just put at least half it aside for taxes, and then the rest. I'm actually going to Vegas in about 5 weeks.
Nice. You know, I was just thinking about this, Theo. Between these two guys, there's like $60,000 worth of winnings in 2025 right here.
Oh,
Yeah.
Give or take.
You got 50 yourself,
Yeah, I did.
and then Josh took at least 10 home, plus whatever side action he got too. So not bad.
Yeah. Taxman's gonna
fine.
love both of you guys this year.
Dude, you're telling me.
Uncle Sam, buddy, is calling you. Uncle Sam is calling you guys.
Yeah,
So,
between tap winnings and job, dude. I'm getting killed in taxes this year.
So, Josh, really quick, what's changed? Anything after winning?
Not really a whole lot. Just more so the same old, same old. The only thing that's changed is one title more, I guess, in my life. So,
Nice.
and obviously having more money aside. So,
Well, you got a contract.
that is true. Yes, I was going to say that and slowly get there. But yes, the contract is amazing so far.
Nice. We have competing staff members here on right here as well.
I don't know about competing, but
Well, I mean, you know, we have two brands being represented. So how about that? That's
yeah, that's better. That's better.
Okay. So let's just wanted to get everyone online, but Theo, do you want to kind of just recap anything from the Cactus Classic this year and before we kind of get into 2026?
I mean, not too much of a recap. We had, another new winner this year. I'm expecting Darren to come out next year since it's an odd year, so he'll probably come out and try to keep his, streak alive of winning every odd year. He won the first year and the third year. And I talked to him and I said, "Hey, you didn't bowl this year." And he goes, "Yeah, I'll probably be there next year. I got to win again." So
There you
go. We will have some changes for next year, but we'll talk about those as we get into it.
No, definitely some really good changes, coming down the pipe. Obviously, the biggest news is, I think we're going to Vegas. I think that's been pretty much the news for the last few weeks. So if anyone hasn't caught that, I just want to play that quick little video real quick, guys. 1 second.
After 3 incredible years in the Valley, a new chapter begins. The Agentong Open 4 goes all in. Viva Las Vegas!
So thoughts, Matt, Josh, especially you. You're used to traveling out to Phoenix and taking 2 back-to-back shows. What do you think of the move to Vegas for you?
I think it'll be exciting, honestly. I mean, obviously, South Point is the holy grail of bowling centers. And I think it's just going to make things even more interesting considering they have new lane panels from what I've heard.
Yeah, 2 years ago. 2 years ago.
Wow.
Matt, what are your thoughts?
Probably the best move you could possibly do, as much as I love everything being in Arizona and local. I mean, like he said, it's Vegas, dude. It's the mecca of bowling at the Plaza, man. A lot more room, a lot more opportunities. A lot more people are more entitled to come into Vegas than they are to come to Arizona. A lot more to do in Vegas as well. I think it's a pretty big step up.
I appreciate it. Theo, your thoughts?
Yeah, I mean, aside from what they've already said, like, you and I have talked quite a bit, and I wanted to make the move this year, and we were still kind of hesitant, but I'm excited for next year. It's going to be at South Point in the Plaza, and I mean, it's going to be awesome. The people that aren't going to travel, we're going to gain probably 4 times as many people, from other states that just want to go because it's Vegas, just want to go because it's South Point. And they love going there. There's a lot of entertainment out there, a lot more than we got here in Arizona. I'm looking forward to ingesting a ton of Steak and Shake while I'm out there. So I can't wait for that. But yeah, no, it's going to be exciting. I think we got something good going here with that.
No, like I said, it's definitely been super exciting. A little behind the scenes, I had a couple opportunities out in Vegas, so with a few different centers, but when all the dust settled, it just made the most sense to go to the Plaza. Like I said, for me, I consider the Plaza Yankee Stadium for bowling. Obviously, we have a stadium in Reno, but in my opinion, if it's Vegas versus Reno, Vegas all day. So that was kind of the easy decision for my point if they would have me, and so super excited with that. With that being said, Matt, the action match, that 4-6, it's still our number 1 viewed stream, out of any year, any action match. So it's been pretty cool. You had a Sports Center moment, man, and I don't know how to get it on there, but I think you had a Sports Center moment for sure.
Yeah, for sure. I mean, it's one of those throw it hard at the pin closest and hope. You know what I mean? And, I got pretty fortunate to go 6 into the 4. Tried to make the match more interesting, but I got a little too excited and wasn't able to throw the ones I needed in the 10th, at least force Kyle to mark. And on that pattern, throwing a mark isn't all that easy, especially under all that pressure. But Kyle being who Kyle is, I'm pretty sure he still would have marked anyway. So.
You mean to tell me that Josh's attempt at the strike pot was not the number 1 viewed video?
Oh, man. I would hope it's not the number 1 viewed video.
I know all about attempting strike pots. Trust me.
I had to throw that one in there. That was great.
Well, on a positive note, it's now over $5,000 going into number 4.
Yeah.
So the pot is growing, not tack growing, but we're on year 4, and we've only started that 2 years ago, so not bad.
If you're like year 10, that's a very, very hard pot to hit. So year 10, you might be in the 5 digits. Just saying.
Oh, year 10
easily.
Easily.
Yeah,
we're in year 2 of the progressive, and we're at over 5K.
5. So it'd be 15K maybe by that time, 20, 30, possibly.
Ooh, well, maybe one of you guys will hit it before then.
You know how hard that thing is to hit? Dude, I was the first one to hit the tat one. Put it that way.
You know what's funny when I hear about that? A lot of people don't get in.
They don't. It's crazy. It's $10, and you would think at almost $100,000, basically. Like, how do you not put $10 a squad in, and just to have a chance at it?
Josh, your thoughts on that?
Understood that. I never.
It's $10. I mean, it's not like it's 100. It's 10.
Right.
I would go for it if I had the $10. I'd be like, sign
Absolutely.
me up.
Absolutely. Every time I went in, I was like, nope, progressive. Nope, progressive.
$10
then, like,
for thousands of dollars. Let's see here.
yes. And the first shot's free. It's not like it's like, oh, you have to do certain thing to get to these shots besides win, obviously. But the first shot is a free roll. Like, it's crazy.
Right.
It's like you think about it, and the number of people that would buy a scratch off for $20
Right.
and constantly lose
Right.
versus $10 and at least have a fair chance at winning.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's insane to me. Like, I mean, I know what 3 of the 4 past champions before me didn't even get in, and probably 3 or 4 guys who could probably hit the progressive but just didn't get in.
Wow.
Yeah.
Yeah,
That's
insane to me. Insane.
We
to
don't
me.
have. You know what's funny though? We don't have that problem here because that's how it's grown so fast.
Right,
Yeah.
because people are like,
Everyone's getting into at least the one here, with our tournament.
yeah, you have to.
So
Yeah. I mean, you figure roughly $3,000 has been added from just people getting in.
Yeah,
Because, we had Acclaim Garage Doors sponsor each year for $1,000 each year. That's $2,000, but then the other 3 is coming from all the bowlers. So what is that, like 300 entries?
yeah,
right.
If I do my math right, like
yeah.
that's
And it's only good, and it's only going to get bigger with you going to Vegas because I imagine, dude, your entry count's going to go up quite a bit because who doesn't want to go to Vegas? Like, who doesn't want to have an excuse to be like, hey, there's a bowling tournament out there. Let's go to Vegas as well. Like, let's go gamble and do everything else there. So,
Yeah.
you know what I
It's
mean?
the
Vegas
bowling
is
tournament.
such a big attraction. It's such a big attraction, dude. Like, that's it. Like, we've talked about it, Theo. We talked about it, Carl. That is like insanely the best move you could have done. Moving anywhere in the country, Vegas was obviously the number 1 move you could have done.
right.
No, and I appreciate it. Like I said, it's something that's. I guess when I put this thing together a few years ago, the premises was like, could I ever get this tournament to evolve big enough to where I could make the jump to Las Vegas? And if I did make the jump to Vegas, would it be in a bowling center?
Right.
And then where would it be? To have the opportunity to be at the Plaza, which again, I gotta thank
The Mecca of bowling, dude.
Angie Benafazi Dobson. I gotta thank Joel. I gotta thank Mike Caverly from the Pro Shop, South Point Pro Shop over there. There's just so many people behind the scenes. With Mark, who runs the Plaza on that side, and the people in the hotel side.
Right.
It all came together in a matter of days. And everyone at South Point, whether it's the casino side, the hotel side, or the bowling center side, or the Plaza side, I should say. I mean, talk about they just have their stuff together.
Yep,
And
they do.
they were able to get this locked in and dialed in with dates and hotel room blocks and everything in a matter of days. So, kudos to them. But before we go any further, I don't want to forget the people that gave us the opportunity here, right? All the bowlers in Phoenix, the bowling community as a whole, all our sponsors, that have been with us, whether it's 1, 2, or, all 3 years. None of this is possible without JJ, Bolero, Kyrene, John, Bobby, the entire staff of Bolero, Kyrene. There's not enough thank yous in the world that I could say to them, as well as bowlers like yourself, Matt, Josh, for supporting the event the last few years. Josh, you came all the way from Minnesota. We've had, all the way to Australia and Singapore and Maine and, Boston and Canada. So, I mean, it's been absolutely amazing. And I just want to make sure that I take a moment and thank so many of the supporters, supporters, sponsors, volunteers, just so many people behind the scenes. So, just thank you for that. Before we get any further, I just want to make sure I wanted to thank everybody for that, for sure.
Yeah.
I'm just going to address the elephant in the room real quick. You know why everyone's excited for the Plaza? It's the hot dog cart.
Hey. I got them hot dogs, man.
You do.
I'd put a bro dog against a South Point dog any day.
Yeah, but for the convenience, though, everyone loves the hot dogs at the South Point, though.
You
Who
can't
doesn't?
hate on the hot dogs there. I mean,
Right.
It's like I could
right
live off of those
there.
hot dogs.
Dude, who doesn't? $1.50? I mean,
Yeah.
just saying. It's the
Sign me
hot
up.
dog cart at South Point.
Sign me up.
I gotta ask you, Josh. So, after hearing the news that we're going to Vegas, what is the reception around your area been like? Are people excited and looking at trying to go next year?
So I did see some more shares on my Facebook page personally from people around the Midwest. So I feel like there's more excitement. I did try telling some Minnesota guys that, hey, it's at South Point. Let's all go as a group. Kind of like how I brought Brandon down this year. I kind of figured, well, you know what? Who doesn't want to go to Vegas?
Yep.
And there's some reception. So I feel like there's definitely some reception about it. So
Awesome.
Well, don't forget the referral program. If you just have them enter your name when the registration opens, and hey, it's $20 short of sweeper. Every single new person that's never bowled the Agent On Open, it's $20 toward the person that refers them. So,
Right, and I feel like you're going to get a lot of new bowlers this year, again, just because it's in Vegas, dude. Such an easy destination to get to.
Yeah.
No, and one of the biggest things, I don't know if I even told Theo yet. There's been quite a buzz with some international players that are talking about coming.
You mentioned it.
Yeah, I don't want to put anybody on the spot per se, but let's say some of Sam's friends are thinking about coming to fall. So yeah, looks like we might have a decent contingency from Australia that might be coming out in bowling in October. So really excited to see how that turns out. So
That'd be cool.
yeah, but speaking of people traveling, I did get a message from one of your new friends, Matt, in Kyle Troop. So I'm gonna play that for you guys really quick.
Sure.
What's up, everybody? It's Kyle Troop here, and we're coming back at you for another year of the Agent On Open. I know everybody has seen it. We are moving to Las Vegas, South Point, our favorite center in Las Vegas, October 15th through the 18th, 2026. And I'm coming back because I want more money in the action match. Friday night action match presented by South Point Pro Shop. 2,500, best of 5. Who wants it? We'll see you there next year. Bring it on.
So yeah,
I gotta say, I'm excited that we're going to Vegas because I'm gonna finally get to watch an action match.
Oh, you're not gonna go to
you
bed?
I'm gonna actually get to watch an action match. I'm not gonna be driving an hour to go home at 11:30 at night to be back there at 6 a.m. So I'm excited about that.
You could just push through and just stay.
I mean, no.
That's a no.
No, but big shout out to Kyle again for just constantly being the showman and promoting the event and putting up some more money for someone to shoe up and bowl him. What was your experience, Matt? Like, now that you're a month removed, what was the overall experience of like leading up to it, the promotion of it, as well as just meeting Kyle for the first time? Because you met him the night before for the first
Yes, I
2
did.
nights before, I should say.
2 nights before, yeah, at the dinner. So there were some nerves going up because when you bowl a person of Kyle's caliber, which I consider him top 5 in the world, there's some nerves because, when they're harder, you're like, well, he's just better, right? Like he bowls on tour. It's what he does for a living. He's insanely good. And then it does help that I was bowling fairly well prior to the match. So I had some confidence, and then I had home court advantage being at Kyrene. But the whole experience, Kyle's a very nice dude, by the way, insanely nice, great dude. I mean, even better competitor, honestly. Like he didn't go overboard on his showmanship and stuff like that. Like he was about as perfect as you could be as bowling against someone for that type of money, right? Like, I loved it. I enjoyed every bit of it. I love the competition. You guys know me. I'm not backing down to any bowler. I'm not afraid to bowl them when they're basically impossible and it becomes a spare shooting contest. I'm not afraid to bowl them when they're easy too. Like, it doesn't really matter to me. So I do hope whoever does end up taking the match, kind of enjoys it. Be present in the moment, man, because it is a fun match. It is going up against the best, which, some people don't get the opportunity to do unless you go on tour. And then, that's just a whole different animal to begin with. But for me, it was taking advantage of an opportunity I didn't think I was going to be able to get down the road. And it turned out I made a friend out of it. Even got some, people knowing who I am now after picking up a 4-6. But also proved to myself that I feel like I can hang with those
Matt
guys.
froze.
Oh, did I freeze? Am I good now?
No, you're good. I've
Okay.
time.
Oh,
You're good.
But for me, it definitely gave me a little more confidence knowing that I can compete with guys like that. Not saying I could beat them, but definitely I feel like I could compete, though.
You going to try to run it back?
I am going to plead the fifth on that one. I'm going to sit back and wait and see what this turns into first before I make a decision on running it back. Like, I've been a part of the last 2 years in the action matches. My bank account's getting kind of heavy at this moment, from Kyle taking my money and all. But I want to give someone else the opportunity. I feel like there's some other really great amateurs out there that could seize the opportunity to bowl someone like Kyle. And if no one wants to take it, the consideration of running it back is there.
Josh, you're our current champion. What about you?
I was just going to say the same. Maybe the champ wants a piece.
It's an idea. I'll definitely think about it. It's something I want to do. But at the same time, it's kind of like, am I really ready for that yet?
100% you are.
I mean, you just beat everybody.
I was going to say.
You took what,
one tournament, but
well, you made back-to-back shows.
And the good thing is, at least it's on a pattern that we don't know what the shape is. All we know is volume, length, and ratio. And then at South Point, because of the new panel, is completely different now.
I'll say I tend to do well at South Point just because they're a lot cleaner. So
yes.
So
I don't know, man.
maybe.
I think you should take it, dude. I think you should.
Maybe.
I'd like to see a current champion take on Kyle Troop, like you, Swig, Ponzo. I think any of you three taking that match would be something very fun to watch. And I think any of you three could compete with him for sure.
I'll definitely think about it. Without a question. I'll think about it.
Pretty cool.
Like it just went out today, so it's gonna take a little bit of time, I'm sure, for people to kind of dive into that. And
and 2,500 is no joke, dude. That's a chunk of change for an action match.
Right.
Oh,
so
yeah.
at least, right now I could show you that at least we have, part of this poster is officially filled in.
Right.
And now we'll just see who will come back and challenge him, I guess, for the next one.
Yeah, I know a few people asked me if I was going to run it back.
I think a fun amateur for entertainment and talent would be Brett Wolf. I think
absolutely.
Good battle.
Brett, go Hagen, because he's from Vegas.
Hagen would be great.
Hometown. You've got Joel Reynoso from Vegas as well. Throws it insanely great. He would be another good one to go up against someone like Troop. But I agree, man. If you get a really good amateur that's one of those amateurs you feel like could bowl pro if they wanted to, would be able to give Kyle a run. Yeah.
No,
Me personally, I don't want to see like a professional go take on Troop.
No, we see that all the
time. I want to see a top amateur take on the battle.
Yep. I agree. 100%.
I would love to see Go Hagen go at it.
100, dude.
Oh,
is he
like for me as a fan, taking just anything aside from knowing players or whatnot, just from a fan's perspective, seeing somebody like George Gohagan go against Kyle Troop, I think that's kind of like you taking one of the best amateurs on the planet, and you're taking one of the best professional bowlers on the planet, you know, I think that just makes an amazing thought, like who would win, right? Kind of thing.
Right.
You know, so that's something that, you know, you always kind of want to think about. So for me, when I think of a match like that, I'm thinking like like for me, I'm dating myself, like a Tim Mack versus a Robert Smith, or a
Yes.
Robert Smith versus a Rudy Revs.
Rudy Casmaskis, yes.
You see what I
So it's
mean?
high roller matches. High roller matches.
Right. So Paul Renteria versus Robert Smith.
Right.
You know, those have very enticing,
Right.
you know, thoughts for me. But
And Gohagen's not afraid to bark back. That's what I do like about him. He will bark back.
I think they're two of the most animated and entertaining, but they're also both very respectful when they're
No, of course. Right.
chirping at each other. You know, they're not going to get personal. They're just going to go out there and have a good time and try to get in each other's head and play little mind games, but they're going to be respectful about it and shake hands at the end of the day. So
absolutely,
that'd be a
100%.
fun match to watch.
The fact that, I mean, and they can shoot lights out at any point in time. Right?
Yeah.
And I think that's probably one of the biggest things is at any point in time, somebody can pop off 3 bills. I don't care what. I don't care if you're bowling on dirt or not. You know, they're going to figure it out.
Oh, 100%.
But, all right. So trying to move this forward just so we can kind of make sure we hit all our notes. Obviously, we talked about the move to Vegas. Obviously, so far, the overwhelming response has been positive. So we're looking forward to, you know, that new change. But one of the biggest things that I want to talk about is a new event that Theo and I are going to team up on. So for the people that don't know, I know you see Theo and I at a lot of each other's events, but Theo 100% runs the Cactus Classic. 100%. It's his baby. His 5th annual is coming up in June, and he's done a hell of a job, you know, for a 10K event. Theo just knows what he's doing. For me, I own 100% the Agent On Open. Yes, Theo is my tournament director, which I hire to help me run my tournament, but you know, Theo's 100% financially responsible for the Cactus Classic. I'm 100% financially responsible for the Agent On Open. Collectively, now we are teaming up and introducing what we are hoping will be a successful 3rd 10K event in the Southwest region, and that is going to be called the Desert Heat Doubles. Let me kind of show you what that looks like for everyone at home. The logo is this. I don't know if you can see that, but that is the Desert Heat Doubles. Theo, if you want to take it from here and explain the concept, the format, I'll kind of let you run with this.
Yeah, sure. So when I first started, I'll just take a little bit of a history lesson here. So when I first started CE, it was actually with the idea of I wanted to start a 10K tournament. Matt Jones and myself drove back and forth to New Mexico Open for many years when I actually bowled. And we always talked about like, hey, we need a tournament in Arizona that pays 10 grand. Like there's no reason why we shouldn't. So fast forward a little bit, we created CBE, ran monthly tournaments, and then eventually we got the Cactus Classic. But in the back of my mind, I always had the goal that I wanted to have a 10K doubles in Arizona also. So when Carl and I put together the Agent On, when Carl came to me and said, hey, I want to do the Agent On, somewhere in there we started kind of chatting about a 10K doubles a little bit. And then finally this year we were like, let's make it happen. And I had started getting some dates and locations. And finally I was like, hey, this is what we got. Let's do it. So we're teaming up, coming together for it. It will be August 21st to the 23rd of 2020. Yep, of 2026. And it will be at Lakeview Lanes, which is also where the Cactus Classic is held at. some details about it. It will be a $500 entry fee for the team, so $250 a man. We will allow re-entries, but you have to bowl with the same partner. So if Matt and I bowled and I sucked, Matt can't go get a new partner and bowl with somebody else that averaged 240 for the event so that they can go and bowl. Matt stuck with me if we were to bowl together. $300 re-entry. It's going to be a 1 in 5 payout ratio, and we're going to be it's going to be 6 games of qualifying. There will be 5 squads. There will be 2 on Friday afternoon and evening, 3 on Saturday, and then we'll go to the top 24 teams for Sunday's finals, which Sunday's finals are 3 games, total pinfall matches, and it's a bracket. The top 8 teams will receive a first round bye. So then that leaves you with 9 through 24 in your first round, and so on. They are full games. They're not Baker games. It's full 3-game matches until we get down to our final 2 for our winner, and determine our winner. Winners will take home 10 grand, and not a piece, 10 grand for the team. So $5 grand a man. And then I think we have a min cash at $600 for the team. So $300 a man. There'll be tons of brackets, tons of side action. And I think this is one because, as I've talked to like Jonesy and some others, like doubles is very popular. I think it's going to be one where people are going to need to sign up quickly because it's probably going to come really close to selling out if it doesn't sell out for sure.
Josh, what are your thoughts? Is that a Minnesota trip for you?
100%. I mean, so I talked to my friend Brandon about it a little bit, and if anything, he would be more than pumped to give it a run with me. And the only thing we're considering is we do have the 11 frame, usually the 3rd weekend of August. So it all depends if that falls on the same weekend and which one we would prefer. But otherwise, the tournament, I love the overall concept of doing doubles with no Baker games. We have yet to see anything like that.
Yep,
you get full games for sure. Obviously the ratio we're going to pay out, a decent amount of checks is we're just going to take the 24 into Sunday. So I just want to make sure that clear to everybody that the finals will be top 24 bowl Sunday, but the ratio will pay out all the way down. So, so speaking of that, now that you have the Cactus Classic, you have the Desert Heat Doubles, and the Agent On Open, one of the biggest announcements that I want to make personally is this one right here. So bear with me. Here's a quick little snippet. So that is officially now going to be called the Southwest Swing. All 3 events. I am actively working with a few different people behind the scenes to offer a points race where there's going to be added monies at the end of the year at the Agent On Open in Vegas. What I'm working on, and this is probably the biggest news, is it's going to be 100% sponsor funded. There is no extra side pots or any monetary donations from you, the bowler. So whatever monies we raise for the points race is going to be 100% given back to the bowlers for a points race. I'm actively working on creating a points system where, in theory, you have 3 events. You will accumulate X amount of points for just participating in the tournaments themselves. And obviously, as you place and get further along during the tournament, you will then get additional points. With the doubles, you will be getting double points, because I'm not going to penalize, making a doubles team split the points in half, right? So whatever whatever the Cactus and the Agent on Open finish points, you'll have the same opportunity to earn the same amount of points as a doubles team. So there is no handicap or disadvantage of cashing higher in the doubles but not in the singles. They will carry the same amount of weight. So I am working on figuring out the points race, but yes, the goal is, if everything works out properly, the bowlers that finish overall in the 3 events will have the best opportunities to walk with additional monies at the end of the Agent on Open in October. I don't believe that you would have to participate in all 3 to cash, because I think the point values are going to be as you finish, right? There'll be more value as you finish. But obviously, if you win 2 events of said 3, I'm pretty sure you have a damn good chance of, being in the top 2 or 3, walking with some extra cash. I don't know what that's going to look like. It might be a $5,000 purse. It might be a $1,000 purse. It might be an additional $10,000 purse. I have no idea. But that's the best part of this. It's a brand new swing. It's a brand new mini tour that I've created. So we are wide open for any and every opportunities for sponsors to come on board. We have naming right opportunities for this event, and all 3 events will be streamed this year as well. And we are working behind the scenes of seeing what that's going to look like as well. But we guarantee that all 3 events are going to be live streamed in its entirety, all 3 events. Just to go to you guys first, is there any questions that maybe I'm missing or anything I need to clarify? Because I know Matt and Josh, this is kind of your first, hearing of the points race and the Southwest Swing. Is there anything I can help answer for you guys?
After you, Josh.
Honestly, I do have one question.
Please.
So, if there is like a points race, what percentage of people would get the prize money? Would it be a top 3? Would it be a top 5? 1 and 3, 1 and 5?
I think that's going to be dependent on what the prize fund is going to look like, right? If let's just, for an arbitrary number, $2,500. I don't want to pay it down 10 spots, because then it devalues what that's worth, right? If it's worth $2,500, it might be 15 and 1,000. I don't know. I'm just arbitrarily just coming up with numbers. But now let's say it's 5,000. It gives me more opportunities to pay more spots, and then so on and so forth, right? So there has to be enough value in it to where it's free money at the end of the day, because I'm not charging anybody to participate in the points race. It's just a way of the sponsors and myself giving back to the bowler without any additional funding from the bowlers. Like I said, from day one, I want to make my tournament a bowlers tournament. I want to value the bowlers that come and participate in my events. This is the best way I can think of doing it, by incentivizing you to bowl all of our events, or as many as you can get to, for added monies that are not accumulated out of your pocketbook, out of your wallets. So, hopefully that's intriguing for a lot of you.
And I think with what we're working on behind the scenes, and words of, streaming and other sponsors and ideas and stuff, I mean, I think it's gonna draw some sponsors to all of the tournaments and to the Southwest Tour, so that we can have, a significant amount in there and make it really worth trying to show up to all three tournaments. And especially like things are going to start off with the Cactus Classic in June. So whoever comes out and bowls that tournament, they're going to have a head start on everybody that comes out and bowls the doubles or the Agent Off. So you're not going to want to miss any of the tournaments, really.
Right. So, we have a couple comments in the chat. Fitz. Now, I'm not 100% sure. I don't know if they've announced the Tony Reyes and Terry Leone doubles event yet, but if they have, obviously, Tony is one of my best friends. God rest his soul, rest in peace. But it's just the time of year that made the sense for Theo and I to run this doubles. I know that event has changed dates on a few occasions. So, I'm not 100% sure if George has released the dates yet. If they have, then, unfortunately, that is something that we will have a direct competition with. And, but, unfortunately, that's just the way it rolls. I mean, Theo, do you have any thoughts on that?
No, I mean, we book our dates, a year in advance. So, we give opportunities to other tournaments and directors plenty of time to try and schedule accordingly to benefit all of the bowlers so that they can get to all the tournaments. And like you said, like that tournament has fluctuated a little bit on dates. So, I mean, hopefully they will, take into consideration what we're doing, because I mean, when I build my schedule, like if you guys saw my Excel documents and calendars, like there's so many different tournaments I put on there. I try my best to avoid everything, but when we book a year in advance, there's only so much we can do, because a lot of other tournament clubs and tournaments don't have their schedules out. The regionals don't have their schedules out for next year. The PBA didn't have their schedule out for next year when we book these dates. So we do the best that we can to try and avoid, but unfortunately, as we were saying with the Cactus Classic for 4 straight years, it doesn't happen all the time. So do what I can, book in as far in advance, but hopefully, we can start getting directors to work together and help each other out so we can all benefit from having, full fields and plenty of entries.
No, 100%. We absolutely do our best. We're all going after the same people. I don't want to be competitive with any other tournament club, especially in Arizona, right? Like I work with Strike Force. I work with, Christy Thompson. I work with Theo. I work with, every tournament around in the area. But at the end of the day, the TAT, the Southwest TAT, which is now a new iteration of that, with John Verbal. Between all those dates, there is no weekend left. So going to Jessica Nosbush, which the Nosbushes love the Eliminators. I 100% plan on still running all the Eliminators. In fact, I plan on probably running a few more, if Theo will do it. If Theo will help. But they're fun. They're fun events. They're one-day events. It's a niche here. There's no other format, like that in the state. So I plan on doing those. So yes, Jessica, I guarantee you at least 3, but hopefully maybe 4 or 5 leading up to the Agent Ong in October. We probably do 1 or 2 before the Cactus, 1 or 2 before the Desert Heat Doubles, and 1 or 2 before the Agent Ong Open. So we'll try to get 4 to 6 in this year. That would be awesome. Brian, I am working on the point system, but it's going to be accumulation. Just recapping it really quick, is just an accumulation of multiple events for participating and then how you finish. And then at the end of the time, there'll be a points race where we'll just pay off, the top X, just depending on how much the prize pool ends up looking like at the end. We'll definitely keep everyone updated on that as it progresses throughout the year. But the points rates is going to be a real thing. I just can't promise what you're bowling for, but like I said, it's not funded by the bowlers anyway. So at the end of the day, it's just free money. It's just added money.
Yep. Just all a bonus.
Yep. And then, yeah, I'm just trying to think. Is there anything else? I personally just want to thank a few of our already sponsors that have signed on. If you don't mind just bearing with me for a minute. Obviously, my team is coming back, the Agent Ong team with my home group. We're really super excited to be back and being the presenting sponsor this year. This is my baby, so this is how I make a living. So if you're ever interested in looking to buy, sell, or invest in real estate, please give me the opportunity. Love to hear from you guys. Another partner, Keep It Rolling for Bowling. It's a nonprofit. They help support and fund the ASU bowling team. Jason Schmidt has been an absolutely amazing partner, and I'm really excited to see what they're going to do to continue to grow the sport. Really excited to see what's next for those guys. Also, CNC Plastering out of St. Louis, Missouri. They have signed on. Pete Weber made the introduction to this gentleman, Dave Cummings, an avid bowler himself, a senior bowler, super competitive. Really excited to have him on board as a partner this year for the Agent Ong Open. And then another returning sponsor is going to be Mark Powell with Barrett Financial Group. He's been with me all 3 years. He's a loan originator and a mortgage broker. So anybody looking to refinance or looking to buy a home, definitely reach out to Mark. I'll have some information for him in the weeks to come. And then last but not least for now, South Point Pro Shop. They are going to be the official presenting sponsor for the Friday night action match with Kyle Troop. So I'm super excited for Mike Caverly and the team over at South Point Pro Shop. Really just super excited to be a part of that family and looking forward to seeing how this grows at South Point. But besides that, I think I've hit everything I wanted to hit, and we're close to that hour mark, 48 minutes or so, 50 minutes. But is there anything else that you guys have? Obviously, we're all probably getting ready for Thanksgiving tomorrow. So
I got just a little bit.
Yeah.
Just on the Cactus Classic, as a reminder, it's going to be June 9th to the 21st. I'll be editing the flyer and getting it over to Carl to make it look all pretty. I finally printed it out just a little bit ago, Carl. So only took me 3 weeks.
That's it.
So once that flyer comes out, then I'll be ready to start taking entries. That again will be June 19th to the 21st. There will be some minor changes to the format. The format will be all the same. So it'll be the same amount of qualifying games, the same top 24 will make the finals. But we are changing the squad qualifying. It will be just the top 2 off of each squad will make the finals, rather than I think it was like the top 4 or 5 off of each. I think it was top 4 off of each squad made it before. So now we're just going to go top 2 are guaranteed in, and then so that'll give us 8, and then it will be. It'll be, I think we take the top 4 from the Desperado, so that will allow for 12 spots. No, we took only top 2, I think, from Desperado, right? Right, Matt?
Yeah, only 2. Yeah, it was only 2.
Yeah, so it'll be top 2 off of each squad, top 2 from the Desperado, and then the other 14 will be the beat the board. So it'll give more opportunities for people to bowl multiple squads to try and get into the number, rather than trying to just get on those limited spots just off of your squad. Because I know, sometimes those squads are loaded with a ton of talent, and it's hard to get in. And then you got to hope that you can get one of the minimal spots on the beat the board portion. So we're adjusting that. That way there's more beat the board spots that qualify. Once we get the flyer out for the Desert Heat doubles, we'll be ready to start taking entries for that as well. And then I think Carl will be announcing when he's ready to take entries for the Agent Ong Open.
No, yeah, the Agent Ong Open will officially open probably January, February. I'm just trying to work on a few new things that are coming down the line, especially in regards to partnerships and relationships. Now that the tournament's moved to Vegas, um, a lot of new opportunities are on the horizon, and I have to hear everything out and see what that looks like for everybody. So, super excited for that. Um, as far as the Desert Heat doubles goes, I mean, Theo, that's up to you, buddy. Where are we at on opening registration for the doubles? I'll work on the flyer. I'll get that out, with the entry opportunities. But is there a particular day that you're looking at to get the Desert
Nope.
Heat doubles out? Because I know that is going to be something that is probably going to get a lot of movement on in a pretty quick fashion because we are limited in the amount of lanes that we have available. It's a 24 lane center, correct?
Yep, 24 lane center. So, spots are going to be limited, but as soon as we have the flyer finalized and posted, I'm ready to take entries right away. I'm used to being bombarded with Venmos and Zells and payment links and everything else. So I'm ready whenever.
Okay. But yeah. So just a quick recap. We have
I got
go
one
ahead.
last thing, Carl,
Go
before you
for it.
recap. I know I'm pretty sure you guys have seen what I posted today on the Facebook page for CBE. Incredible response so far. So what I posted was, at the beginning of the week, I had this idea, like it's the holidays. A lot of people are struggling right now, for, just for Thanksgiving alone. And I'm sure they're going to struggle for Christmas to, get their kids Christmas presents. So I worked with one of my neighbors. Her husband is a firefighter, and they referenced me to one of the fire stations locally. And what I'm doing is raising as much money as possible between now and Sunday. And we're going to go buy a whole bunch of toys, as many as possible, and go donate them to this fire station. And the fire station vets out families that are in need for getting Christmas presents to the kids that would otherwise go without having, a fun, exciting Christmas. So, I mean, right now it's insane. Like, I had the idea of, hey, on Sunday alone we have 90 bowlers. If everybody could just do $10, we get $900. And just off my post today, last time I checked, I already have $865 donated. So, I mean, if we can just blow that $900 goal out of the water, it's going to be a really, really cool thing, because I'm looking forward now to taking a picture of all of the toys that we're able to go buy and donate to the fire station. So
No, that's
just
awesome.
go on the Facebook page. I can take Zelle, Venmo, PayPal, or if you're bowling the tournament on Sunday or Saturday, then we can take cash donations as well. So thank you to everybody in the bowling community. It's overwhelmingly incredible what you guys have done already.
Yep. Awesome. But yeah, definitely support that. Obviously, 2 events for CBE this weekend, so definitely go out and support the doubles and the trios events with Theo. But yeah, just to recap, Agent Ong Open moving to Vegas, the new Desert Heat doubles, the official announcement for the Southwest Swing, and the points race that we are actively working on. Big thanks to Josh Kennedy, our trilogy champion. Make sure you spend that 10K wisely and save that money for taxes.
Will do.
Matt Jones, Tat Jones, as you call him now, Tat Jones, and the thanks for doing the action match last year. It was awesome. So again, thank you for that, and always being supportive for all our events.
Of course.
Yeah, and big shout out to Kyle Troop for coming back this coming year and doing another action match. Will be fun filled. I'm assuming one more time for sure. But again, thanks for all you guys and the bowling community as a whole. Everyone that jumped on in the chat, thank you guys for that. have a happy Thanksgiving. I am going to be MIA probably for the next couple of weeks, though. I'm having surgery on my knee next Wednesday, I hope. Fingers crossed. Insurance sucks. Just going to throw that out there right now. But besides that, yeah. Happy Thanksgiving, everybody, and thanks for jumping on.
Yeah, appreciate it, Carl. Appreciate it, Theo. Josh, enjoy that snow out there because we don't know what that looks like. So
Don't want
I'll try to enjoy the best for you guys.
All right, go get
Carl.
fat and have some turkey and enjoy football and basketball tomorrow, guys. Be good.
absolutely.
Will do.
Go
All right,
Chiefs.
see you guys.
Yeah,
Good
see you
night.
guys later.
Later.
Have a good one.
Yeah.